Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are continuing here with the PELE YOETZ in Ahavas Ish v'Isha, the love of a husband and a wife. And we're speaking over here, what happens if a man finds himself married to an Isha Kasha, to a more difficult nature type of a woman. And he writes like this, V'gam yitain el libay maimarim zal, also think to yourself the words of Chazal. Shedaitan shel noshim kales. Now before I translate these words, Chazal are not chauvinists and they're not putting women down. We have to understand what Chazal mean by these words. Shedaitan, the das, which means the knowledge and the intellectual awareness shel noshim of women is kales, is lighter. It's lighter than that of a man. And the simple explanation is because since that women are more in tune with the emotional world, which is what we were speaking about before, emotions tend to overtake the intellect. And when a woman is in the realm of emotions, then her intellect is lesser than it could be. This is not a, I guess we'll call it a bag on women, chas v'chalila. It is not looking down on women, it is explaining the metzias, the reality. The reality is that women are more spiritual, women are more emotional, they are more physiological and psychological, in tune with themselves. But that sometimes comes at the expense of the world of intellect that can override the emotional world. And he says, V'amru enoshe, people have a saying that is, Isha sa'ira aroich, a woman has long hair, V'daita kotzer, but her das, her knowledge, her intellect, the way that she interfaces on a cerebral way in this world is kotzar, is shorter than the hair perhaps, which means, again, she is very much in tune or interconnected into the emotional world, and therefore she will act more emotionally than perhaps she will with seichel, with the intellect and the knowledge that is in her flowing through. It is not a putting down of a woman, it is describing a metzias, an actuality of who the woman is. L'chein, therefore, mimenu tzarich sheyovay seichel. So the husband then is responsible for bringing the seichel, the logical reasoning, into the marriage between him and his wife. And therefore, if a woman ends up crossing the line and angers her husband, Yishmor ruchoy leval yichas aleha, husband should guard his ruach, his spirit. He should guard his energies and his feelings. Leval yichas aleha, do not get angry at your wife. Ve'ein tzarich loymar levazoiso ulekalilo ulakoisa chalila v'chas. And of course, says the PELE YOETZ, it's understood that a husband who gets upset with his wife cannot shame her, he cannot embarrass her, he cannot curse her, he cannot hit her, chas v'chalila, to do, God forbid, such things. Kizeminag burim v'reikim u'peichazim. Someone who is mevasa, who shames and disgraces and embarrasses his wife, someone who will curse her and he will hit her, God forbid, he will do nasty things to her. This is the way of the empty, lowly, horrible people that you will find in the world who don't know how to control themselves and behave like a mensch. This is lowly behavior from a person, and a husband, Chalila, can never do such things. V'nafshu choyvel, he's hurting himself and her. Rak bepeh rach v'cheich mosok yochicheno, rather speak to her softly, speak to her gently, with sweet words. Yochicheno, you can give her rebuke if she does something wrong. V'al kol panim oil yizboil v'yei olav v'loy oilev. And no matter what, says the PELE YOETZ, you have to be soivel, you have to bear the burden over here of a woman that's an Isha Kasha, who she herself does things to you that are hurtful and painful and might embarrass you. Better for you to be embarrassed v'lo oilev, than someone that causes embarrassment to somebody else. V'yikabel alav din shamayim b'simcha, and accept this judgment that Hashem has sent your way b'simcha, with joy. Ki mi Hashem ish li'isha, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who sends a wife to a man. Hashem made the zivug, He made your shidduch. And there's a reason He did, because He holds that this is exactly the kind of a wife that you need in this world. Otherwise, He wouldn't have given you this wife. So what are you getting angry about? Why are you shaming her? Why are you embarrassing her? Why are you disgracing her? Shame on you, says the PELE YOETZ, to a husband who does such things and is not mekabel, the gezerah, the decree from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and accepts it b'simcha, with joy, and recognizes men and women are different by their very nature, and as a result, we will connect in a different way. But I am not to get angry and upset. On the other hand, I continue to speak softly, gently, encouragingly, understanding, and I accept that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu has done for me in this world. Have a wonderful day.